1, 2, 1, 2. This is Lawrence D. Adams. This is when spirituality and the game combines. You have the thinking class. Let me adjust my camera right quick. And it went off. Let's get this camera back on. Yo, we are live right now. We're gonna get this going right here. Yo, what can I say about Monique? Monique. Let me adjust my camera right there. Somebody slid out of position. I wanted that right there. What can I say about Monique? Monique. Let me just start off by saying this. It is a teachable moment with Monique. I mean, she's listening, and DLQ is listening, whatever the case may be. There is a teachable moment in this. And I really want to emphasize, camera's crooked. Let me adjust it right quick. Yep, there we go. Let me say this. Monique, I've been in the news and been running the circuit for years. Let me say this. This is not a bashing thing. This is not to bash Monique. This is not to come against Monique. What's going on? Get the skill. It's time to cook. Come on. What's going on, Tara? Good to see you. Look, Alfie, put your books in the chat room. Let me just take my gloves off. Like you said, let's get the skillet and let's time to cook. We are not here to bash women in the industry. She's an excellent talent. Monique has done great things as far as with her career, being a comic. She's opened doors for many women. In the comic, being a comic, I have nothing but high praise. So don't think we about to go and bash women or bash Monique. But BUT, there are some things we had to
execute Order 66.
Let me see what happened. We got to say that again. We got to
execute Order 66.
We have to do that. We got to do it. I've been waiting to do it, waiting and debating. I took off yesterday, make sure everybody was having a holiday. But this is when spirituality and the game combine. We got to talk about this. We got to talk about Monique. So apparently in Detroit, which is a hop, skip, and a jump from where I'm at in Cleveland, she came on the stage and made some remarks. We're not going to go over those remarks. What's going on, Sharice? Hey, you guys, check out my book. Yeah, you must love. Please check out this book on Amazon. Let me say this. She made some disparaging remarks, some degrading remarks about D.L. Hughley. Now, I'm going to tell you something. I'm not really a D.L. Hughley fan. He's cool beans. Alpha, Omega Phi Psi Brother Incorporated. What's going on, Shantia? Omega Phi Psi Brother Incorporated. I see you, brother. Shout out Root to you. I see you. I'm not even don't think I'm not alpha. I mean, I'm not a Q. Just saying I know the lingo. But let me say this. What she did has to be some learning moments right here. What men, first, let me tell you the first thing men to learn from this situation is not to respond with your emotion, with emotion. Let me say that again. Not to respond with emotion, with emotion. What's going on? Not to respond emotion with emotion. Not to respond with emotion. I don't like my camera set up right now, and it's bothering the mess out of me. Not to respond with emotion with emotion. See, D.L. Hughley could have went and ran her down the road and got on her head for what she said. What you got to learn, men, is not to come when emotion is coming at you. You need to come with logic. Do not respond with emotion with emotion. Too many men, too many people, let me put it that way, get into troubles, get into disagreements, get into fights, get into arguments and disputes because they get their emotions get riled up because the other person says something that riled up your emotions. Don't get caught up in your emotions. But this is something men can learn from Monique. Monique has a track record, somewhat being difficult, have said some disparaging things about Oprah, Tyler Perry, Lee Daniels, and many others. And here D.L. Hughley say, you know what? Against my better judgment. Let me say what he said. Against my better judgment, I wanted Monique, I reached out to Monique for her to be on this venue in Detroit, Michigan. Please understand something. I said don't get emotions with emotions, but this is the most important second thing. He said within himself, against his better judgment. I don't care, you're a man, woman, whatever you want to identify with. Do not go against your better judgment. Do not go against your better judgment. I know, and what he went against his better judgment, he had to eat it. Let me say that again. Do not go. How many times have you gone against your better judgment? He's like, I knew this. I just knew this person was going to act the doggone fool. I knew I shouldn't have signed up for this particular thing. Against your better judgment, guess what happened? D.L. Hughley had to eat his decisions. What men can learn from this? Learn to never go against your better judgment. I know she might look good. I know she might be fine. Can blow your mind. Can make you say 10 times that she's a dime. But don't go against your better judgment. Don't go against your better judgment. So men, you can learn. What can you learn from this? Do not go against your better judgment. Do not go and fight feelings with feelings, but only with facts with facts. Monique is an excellent comedian. She does excellent work. But men are standing on the sidelines looking like, I've seen this before somewhere. You might have seen it in your mother. You might have seen it in your aunts. You might have seen it in other women you dealt with. And you've seen this before. So what can we learn? What can men learn from this? Don't get caught up in your feelings. Don't go against your better judgment. And third of all, and I'm going fast because I got a lot of things I want to say. Third of all, do not forget to vet who you bring on your venue or in your life. There should have been clear understanding that this is what we're going to do, which it was in the contract. This is what we're going to do, and this is how it's going to be. The moment she began to talk sideways about D.L. Hughley, I got something to say about that. That automatically should have cut her mic off. You're lucky I wasn't there. Mike shouldn't have been cut off. Mike should have been cut off. Her mic should have been cut off. I know y'all don't like that, but her mic should have been cut off. Here you are in the contract you think that you were supposed to be the headliner, and now you come acting the doggone fool. Men are standing in the back saying, I seen that. I ain't dealing with that. Do you think, thank you, Cerise, do you think other people are going to want to deal with you? And I'm going to get down to something she said that sort of rubbed me the wrong way, but I'm saying it. But do you think about you have to vet clearly who will be in your world, in your contract, what you do business with, and how they either going to act the fool or not. Her track record shows that she has a tendency, a proclivity, an ability to do some things and then talk about you. Let me say that again. She has a potentiality to act a fool. There in the contract said, if you do this, your contract is null and void. Men, what lessons can you learn from this? Be careful who you get into contract with, who you deal with. And this is for men and women. But what's going on, Joe? And everything else. Be very careful. Do it very, 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 be very careful. He needed to completely vet her. He was trying to give her a second chance. He was trying to say, hey, you know what? Monique's been going through the mill. I'm gonna be a bigger guy. I'm gonna bring her on. 50 Cent did it. I'm gonna try to bring her back on. I don't want it to be the same situation with Tyler Perry, with Lee Daniels, with Oprah Winfrey. You know what? I believe Monique is a good person. Let me put her on. But when things didn't go her way, guess what happened? She revealed who she really was and how she really felt. That's dangerous. That's dangerous. Because now you have classified or put yourself in that you will always be precious.
Execute Order 66.
She will always be precious, the character in her real life. She will always be precious. She will always be that difficult Black woman. Y'all don't want to say it, but I'm going to say it. That's always trying to move forward, do this. She's going to be almost typecast in her roles and in her life, in her business as that difficult Black woman. She's going to be classified as precious. I know you may not like it, Black women. I know, I understand, but it is what it is. She's going to be typecast as that. No one's going to want to deal with her. And men, you should take this as a cue. And men and women, but I'm talking to the men. What you can learn, don't deal with things or women who are difficult. Don't do it. D.L. Hughley said, I went against my better judgment. Don't go against your better judgment. Have a contract and look at the contracts. Don't get caught up in your feelings. Do not get caught up in your feelings, because it's easy for what she said to get caught up in your feelings. Oh boy. I mean, Sharice, what you said, I truly feel it's her husband manager speaking through her because he's too weak to confront people himself. And she's also anything from daddy. Oh boy, you trying to stir it up. Let me say something. Because this the part, I'm trying to wait to 1 o'clock to really say it. But this is not how you handle a dispute in public. This is not how you handle business that is not going well in public. As much as we want to give Monique the green light, baby, everybody's on caution, or a lot of people are on red with her. They went, that's right. That's why we don't deal with her. But Monique can serve as an archetype or a type of woman, not just Black, and be any race, who deals like this. So I don't want nobody to think, hey, he's trying to pick on Black women. He don't like Black women, but your mama Black, your sister Black, your nieces are Black. And no. This is an archetype, a certain type of women that men, you need to pay attention to. You need to pay attention to. You need to make sure you vet. You make sure you understand what's going on. Where she come from? Who are people? How her mother act? Because this is not new for Monique. This is not new for Monique. I promise you. As much as she cried wolf in the past, pre-pandemic, and everybody was saying, man, maybe something she's saying is right. Maybe what she is communicating is right. Maybe what she doing is right. Maybe it is everybody. Maybe the industry don't like her. You just blew everything out the water. What you did. You just blew everything out the water. Ain't nobody gonna. I'm sorry, and I'm not no sorry. No one's gonna want to deal with you. But it's something I really want to get at about this whole thing. What men can learn. Learn from this archetype. Learn from this type of woman whether what color, it doesn't matter what color. Learn from this type of woman. Do not deal with this type of woman in business and anything that goes on. Don't deal with it. Don't do it. As much as we want to get, I promise you, I keep saying this, you can't save everybody. And at this juncture, you cannot save Monique. You can't. Wash your hands and let her go. Wash your hands and let Monique go. Let her be. Sometimes you can't help a pit bull who has a tendency to bite, and you're trying to be the new owner and it bites you. So what Monique's going to do, she's going to start doing like this. They did this, they don't want me. She's going to have a press conference. Her husband's going to be in the background. That's exactly what Monique going to do. She's going to start crying. I didn't even get to the good part what I really want to say. That's what Monique going to do. I promise you, she's trying to put about the other women in the mix. No pressure. This is all you 100% because it's all over now. She doesn't know when to shut up her mouth and think she's his bigger baller than her milk. Oh, gee, why you say that? I didn't even get to the good part yet. I'm trying to wait till 1 o'clock. But you're right, Cerise. I understand the power of knowing your value. But how you handling the way to get to people to honor your value, you just destroyed it. The way you are handling how people are to value you, you just destroyed it. I'm telling you, no one wants to deal with you. But this is the thing, and I want you to get this. I want you to really hear. There's a lot. I'm trying to help a lot of women right here. There are a lot of women. It may not be you. It may be your sister, your cousin, your mother, your somebody else who are just like Monique. Everything they said is somebody else's fault. Everything they do, they ain't doing me right. You know what? I ain't getting paid what I should. It's always about somebody else. I'm here to tell you, as much as you may want to, don't try to save them. Don't try, let them stay in the world of complaints. Let them stay in the place of where they need to be at. Leave them alone. Because what's happened is if you're not careful, you'll get infected. You'll get infected by their complaining and everyone is the problem instead of them. I still haven't got to the part I want to say yet. You're gonna get affected. Monique has clearly, and she's funny. I remember she had this show. She had her own show. She was doing good and things like that. I used to watch the show with, where Brandon was on there and everything. I used to watch the show, but at the same time, in the words of my grandfather, she done put a bad taste in my mouth. And then she's put a bad taste in her mouth with a lot of people. And if this is the way to try to get some viral likes and try to clout chase, you did it about the wrong way, sister. You made your sisters, let me say this very clear. You made your sisters look very bad. You made your sisters look so bad. This is not how you handle situations. I was completely disappointed in Monique. And then that when we follow up, when I wrote something under there, this is sad that she doesn't, when someone holds her to be accountable, when someone holds her to be accountable, she has a problem with it. Not realizing that the real problem here is not D.L. Hewley, it's not her management, it's not even a money issue, it's not Netflix, it's not Dave Chappelle, it's not the other lady she's trying to compare to. At the end of the day, if Monique was to be honest, if you listen to Monique, it's you. You are a problem. You are a problem. No one wants to deal with in any industry, especially relationship. You are the problem. Sharice done put up a good point about her husband. We ain't even got to the husband yet. You're a problem. And anytime in any kind of business, I've seen some of the people who can be a problem in industry and in entertainment and different areas. When you're a problem like that, people will tolerate you to a moment. But once you start affecting their money, baby, they ain't gonna want to deal with you. She's a problem. But she's an archetype, or she's a type of woman that has infected our community. It's affected the world. Because if you really listen to it, Monique has a sense of self-entitlement. What men can learn from this? Caution, step away from that. When someone has that degree of self-entitlement, that much to say, and I haven't even got to the good part, and that much to say, you need to step away. Men, stop dealing with women who are like that. And if you're dealing with men who are like that, leave them as soon as possible. Don't get like my grandfather. Y'all should know what my grandfather said. He said, don't get mad, just leave. Don't get mad. You should just leave. Leave her, him, whatever you want to do. Leave them immediately. You're wasting too much energy, wasting too much time, and the embarrassment that Monique has caused, that she has caused to what? To herself, to her management, to her husband, and I ain't even got to the part yet. I'm trying to get to that part. She's caused to everyone around you, but she has put a bad taste in the mouth of men, and they're thinking, I don't want a woman like that. I don't want a woman like that. I know the sisterhood is strong, but I don't want a woman like that. I don't want to deal with a woman like that. So let this be a warning, the thing for men to wake up. What can you learn? Don't deal with a woman like that. As much as I'm trying to not go there, because I believe some beautiful women in all cultures, but at the end of the day, men tired. I know y'all women tired too, but I'm talking to the men today because it is a men's channel. Men are tired. They ain't tolerating all that. And what Monique did, she was a mirror to show that there are tons of women who act just like that, who are self-entitled and did what she did. Let me get to what she did. Let me get to what she really did. Now she came on stage and she went ham. First thing she did, she went and tried to recruit the sisterhood. The first thing she did was she went and tried to recruit the sisterhood. Women, don't you? The first thing she did, I'm not going to replay what she said because it was the first sentence, or the first couple of sentences was to recruit the sisterhood. Y'all didn't see that part. She tried to recruit women in the first sentence. The next thing she did was she went on and tried to go after and say she feels sorry for D.L. Hughley's wife. So she recruited the sisterhood, 1. 2, she went after, I feel sorry for D.L. Hughley's wife. You see how dangerous and venomous that is. She went first on the attack. She went first to recruit the sisterhood. Second of all, she went after who? D.L. Hughley's wife, to recruit her, to make her turn against her money, her husband, and the argument that she was going to next. The next thing she did was she berated. She went after D.L. Hughley venomously. She went in an attack after him, after his character, shame, guilt, and the need to what? Be right. Shame, guilt, and the need to be what? Right. She went after an attack of his character. But most of all, and what you didn't hear, I want you to pay attention what she did. She went after his masculinity. So she tried to recruit the sisters. Girl, you know how it is. Then she said, let me employ his wife. I feel sorry for D.L. Hughley's wife. The next thing she did, she went after attack on D.L. Hughley's character, but the whole goal was to minimize his masculinity. Does anyone like anybody understand the strategic attack that took place that she did? So you thought she was doing a rant. No. This was a strategic attack against the man's wife. First of all, to deploy the sisters, to get his wife on her team, to go after his character, but to attack his masculinity, and his next thing, to his ability to make decisions. That she is better at making decisions on who should be the headliner and why he should not be. You got to catch what really happened there. See, what the dangerous thing is, why? When we've been talking about everybody, we love each other, we love the family, we love the black people and all like that. When you attack your own brother, when you try to employ or try to recruit his wife on your team or the argument, that's dangerous. That's dangerous. So the real attack was his character, but the real attack was against his masculinity, or when I'm gonna get a little bit deeper, his masculinity, but his potency, his ability to make decisions. That he was unable to make decisions. So what happens is, it sounds like a Jezebel, but we ain't gonna call her that. I'm just saying. But his ability to make decisions, his potency. And what happens is, this is nothing new in the black community or in communities at all. I can do a raise of hands or a tally of men who have went through the same thing, same moment action that Monique did. Grab a girl with sisters to agree with her, try to get the wife to come in agreement with her against her own husband, attack the man's character, go after his masculinity and his ability to make decisions. D.L. Hughley doesn't need Monique. She said to sell our show, she needs him. Right. So you got to understand what's going on, Chad. So you got to understand. Men, learn from this example. What can you learn from that? Don't deal with women like that. Do not. Because the goal was, the goal was here, the real clincher was to castrate him publicly, out in the open. That was the goal of Monique. Even though she was being funny, but she was serious, but the goal was to castrate that man in the public, on his show, on his dime, on his platform. Careful, because at the same time, as Cerise just put, D.L. Hughley don't need her, she needs him. So as much as we say there's justification of what Nique did, there really isn't a justification if you sign the contract. He could get her because he's not going to do it for defamation of character. But because he was in a joking manner, he got to let it go. Men, what can you learn from this? Don't deal with that. Let's go a little bit further. Her husband is the manager. Let me give you some real game right quick. Let me give you some real. Y'all want some real game? Let me put it in the chat room. We want real game. Let me give you some real game right quick. Just going to destroy everything. Just going to destroy you. If you want the real game, I'm going to give you some real game about this Monique situation and about her husband. This lets me know what I'm about to say, what's really going. Let me know in the chat room. Y'all want to put the fire sign 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8, whatever you need to put in. Let me know that you want what I'm about to say next, because I got something I want to say about this. Because the real issue ain't D.L. Hughley. The real issue ain't D.L. Hughley. The real issue ain't D.L. Hughley. We want the real game. I'm telling you this real. Thank you, Joe Black. You want this real game? You better let me know. I'm about to give it. About to give this real game. Go OG. That's what he put 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8. He put all the numbers in. Let me get this real game right quick. Let me tell you this real deal. This the real deal. I know y'all want the baloney. You want the Oscar Mayer, whatever. This gonna be the real deal right there. This lets me know. I need one more person to put something in the chat room. We got 19 people watching. How many people watching in the clouds? Whatever the case. Let me know y'all want this. What I'm about to say now about Monique. This how you know what I'm about to say. Let me one more person put it in the chat room. Let me put this. Let me give this right quick. This is it. Thank you. Hit the like. She should go to the red table and talk to Jade and start a bitter broad club. Right. But let me get it right here. Let me get this real game right quick. The real game is this. How you know Monique is out of pocket because her husband never checked her to never do that to another man in public. Whether you upset or not, the real game is you don't disrespect me as a man and you don't disrespect another man in public. Whether you like the agreement or not, we handle it behind closed door. That lets me know she's not in pocket. That lets me know who runs the relationship and is not her husband. It is Monique. And because she runs the husband, because she's the talent, well, there's nothing wrong with that. She can do it, but that lets me know she's out of pocket. And if she did it to D.L. Hughley, baby, behind closed doors or in the public, she'll do it to her own doggone husband. That's the real game right there. That's the part you really need to be paying attention to. See, it ain't funny when the rabbit got the gun. The reality of it is Monique is used to doing this. I know jokes and he, ha ha, and all like that. That's funny and all like that. But the real deal, Monique does this. Potentially, allegedly, she could be doing this to her husband. See, her husband should have been like, yo, I know you upset. I know you this and this. You got to make a he joke and all like that. But you ain't going to talk about that, man, because we eating right now. That money's going into our bank account so that we can pay these bills and go where we need to go next. Should have pulled her by her dress while she was running across the stage and grabbed her mic and looked at her like, cut it. But no. That's the real game. Let me say the real game again so you capitalize, so you get it to the lowest common denominator. A woman who respects her man knows not to disrespect another man. A woman who knows and respect her man and the men in her life knows not to come out and disrespect another man in public, because regardless of what we like it or not, what she said is a reflection back to her own husband. And what Cherie said, that shows that either he's weak. He's weak. He is W-E-A-K, weak. See, if you feel that comfortable to go and talk about another man and attack his masculinity, you feel that comfortable to talk about trying to come after his wife and bring her on your side, you are a danger to a community of married people and people in the business. And if you did it right here, baby, you ain't new to this. You true to this. You've been have done this, and you are a danger. So we need to really look at this really, really, really well. What men can really learn from this? She did this before. Valid point. Appreciate that. Yep. She has not submitted herself to her husband's authority. Right. If she did that in public, apples to oranges. Apples to oranges. She has done it before, and her husband ain't gonna do nothing because she's already castrated him. If I'm lying, I'm flying. Let's see if he stand up and say, hey, let's see if Monique come back and apologize. And apologize, when she apologizes, it's going to be real caked over. And it's going to be like a general apology. And it's not going to be an apology that says, I forgive me for attacking my brother, D.L. Hughley. It ain't going to be humble about it. It's going to be some stank on it. And guess what happened? You men need to pay attention to that. You men need to think, do you want to deal with like a woman like Monique? You women need to think, as much as we campaign for Monique, she's a good actress, she's a good comedian, but some things she do, you don't need to incorporate in your life. Uh-oh, bing bong.
Execute Order 66.
Women like her can only attract feminine men. Bing bong, right. The sad thing is because her man won't stand up to her, she's just going to run amok, and she lost more opportunities. I couldn't have said it even better. Do you see the power even in business? That's why I say game. Most of y'all think game is about getting women and 10 toes down, hat to the side, and with a Cadillac. No, game goes to every stratosphere of life. Because Monique was not put on game, and she know game. But her mouth got in the way of her name, which messed up her game. And her husband should have put her on some game and say, hey, I know you upset. I don't know what you're going to say on this set, but you need not do that. And I know it feels good because you needed to get that rent off, but at sometimes certain things need to be handled behind the closed doors. I was listening to last night, and this is tie-in, about the mafia. And one of the things they do, if a man, somebody's in there is a made man, you do not disrespect them in public. And if you're not in the circle. If you do, it's over for you. Because Monique is trying to get back in the circle and get people back on her team, she didn't cut her nose despite her face. She has disappointed not only me, but a lot of people. But we also look at her husband. I guess he's the manager, whatever the case may be. She needs to get a good publicist to clean up her mess. She needs to shut the up. Needs to shut the up. and be quiet. Take that same energy that you had and apologize to D.L. Hughley. Because at the end of the day, let's be very clear. All D.L. Hughley had to do was do one thing, what? And you guys need to do the same thing. This was men or women. Show the receipts. All he did was show the receipts of who was the true headliner. When I worked for the NAACP back in Atlanta, Georgia, I worked for the NAACP. One of the things that we said, documentation rules the nation. Documentation rules the nation. The documentation she cannot refute the documentation. I don't care how you feel and how you thought. You signed the dotted line. You put your bank account in there, baby. You better shut your mouth and take it like a woman. If you don't like it, too doggone bad. You agreed to it. Documentation rules the nation. What can men learn from this? What can men really learn from this? What men can learn from this? That there are women like that, like Monique. They're out there. But you got to make sure you're not the type of man that you are attracting those type of women. Let me say that again. You got to make sure that you're not the type of men that are attracting those type of women. They have an affinity towards you. They just can't resist you. You got to make sure you're not that type of man that are attracting that type of woman who want to berate another man. I told you the example I had with a particular person I was dating at one time when they went after Kevin Samuels. You may not agree with Kevin Samuels, but what you will not do is talk about another man like that in front of me, whether you agree with him or not. What you will not do is talk about another man like that in front of me like that. You may not agree with him, you may not like him, but you're not going to do that. I don't even know Kevin. Rest in peace. But what you ain't going to do is do that, because I thought about it. If you do that in front of me, what would you do to me? Second of all, if you do that to me, how would you disrespect me in the same light? Or what do you really feel about man? Or is it the man, or is it that you feel about all men? And the same thing goes for women. For men, if you constantly talking bad about women, you need to pay attention. If he do that if he feels that way about his mama, honest sister and brother, his mother and cousin and all like that, all women, you need to be careful, because he's going to feel that way he's going to think that way about you. But you're not going to come into my house or into my life and disrespect a man in front of me. See, a lot of men, you don't have the gall or the balls to stand up and say that. This is the conversation that Monique and her husband should have. You done messed up the money. You done messed up opportunities for people to work with you for a long time. And in the words of my grandfather, Jonas McCall, you done put a bad taste in your mouth towards you and everything that you do, everything that you say, wherever you go. If you don't see that, if you don't learn something from Monique, guess what's going to happen? You're bound to run into Monique all the time. Monique has served as a good example, and I want women to hear this, of the type of women that men are tired of dealing with. I know y'all may not want to hear it, you may not like it. I don't give a rat's butt. But it's a prime example of the type of women that men do not want to deal with. They are saying they are going their own way and not going the other way. So don't try to shame them. They're going away with another man. No, it ain't that. They're going away. They're going to find peace, and some peace. He wants peace of mind. He wants something to eat, and he wants to enjoy the pleasure of a woman. He don't have time for a woman who acts like Monique. I know y'all may not like it, but y'all need to hear this. It comes to a time that men have had enough. Had enough. All Monique did was reveal what was underneath the carpet anyway. Dirt, trash, situations that men are tired of dealing with. Y'all may not like it. You may not want to hear it. It's the truth. If I can get at least 5 men to say, that's me, I understand, put a number 5 in the chat room, that's me. I don't want to deal with a woman like Monique. I need at least 5 men to say, yeah, that's me. I do not want to deal with a woman like Monique. Put a 5 in the chat room. I don't want to deal with a woman like Monique. I don't want to deal with them. I don't want to deal with a woman. I don't want to deal with a woman like Monique. There's a lot of men who have seen that. Look at these 5s coming here, sisters. Put a 5 in the chat room. You do not want to deal with a woman like Monique. She's talented. She's a comedian. She's a great actress. She knows her line. But men are saying, no. I don't want to deal with that. And guess what they're doing? Brother, they're going the other way. And you wondering why there's a mass exodus of men leaving women. Monique became the poster child this weekend for the type of women that men do not want to deal with. And guess what? I don't care how much we try to teach, how much we try to empower, how even the female life coaches and relationship coaches don't want to deal with that type of woman. It's finito. It's done. No one wants to deal with that. No one has the time or the energy to deal with that type of woman. Men don't want to deal with that at all. When female coaches don't want to deal with that type of woman, there's an issue. So what men can learn from, what's good, Wade? What men can learn from Monique? What men can learn from Monique? Don't try to save her. I know that's harsh. I know everybody said, you need to save everybody. Do not try to save Monique. Don't try it. Don't try to save it. And that, most of all, do like my grandfather said, don't get mad. Don't get mad at Monique. Because when you get mad or get emotional about it or get upset about it, you begin to attach yourself to it. So don't get emotional about it. Don't get mad at Monique. Just take note. I don't want to deal with that. Thank you. The juice ain't worth the squeeze, right? Next thing you need to do, listen, make sure you thoroughly vet the women or anybody who comes into your life. D.L. Hughley said something, and I said it at the beginning, I'm going to say it again. He went against his better judgment. Do not go against your better judgment when you know the handwriting is on the wall and neon lights. He went against his better judgment and dealt with, don't go against your better judgment. And they're always talking about women's intuition. Men got intuition too. Y'all know it. You know when you're going into a situation, you're going down the alley that is dangerous, as somebody might jump out on you. You know it then. You should know it also when you're dealing with something or dealing with a particular person and you're going against your better judgment, but you do it anyway. Don't go against your better judgment. Next, don't get caught up in your feelings and retaliating with someone. When you fight with somebody or go back and forth with somebody and no one can tell who the real fool is. Let me say that again. When you going back and forth with an individual and say, in this case, with Monique, the best thing you do is not deal with emotions, deal with facts. Do like D.L. Hughley and what? Give the facts, show the receipts. What men can learn also too. As much as this is a dirty word inside of this space, but it's so true because we teach the gospel of responsibility. At the end of the day, you need to hold yourself to accountability, but you need to hold the people around you in the place of accountability. As we see, if you look at the situation clearly, Monique didn't want to be accountable for what she signed up for, and she knew she was not the headliner. You can learn a lot from this situation. And it's not to bash women or come against Monique. She's talented. She does what she does. I laughed at her jokes. I watched Monique's show. She was after Mr. LOV and all that kind of Mr. LOV, wherever his name was. We didn't know where he was at. He was anyway. But I'm telling you, thank you so much. That's right. Maintain instead of all time standards exist to protect us. Now, let me flip it right quick in this short amount of time. Women, what can you learn from Monique? Don't be like her. Learn to hold your sisters accountable. Baby girl, you wrong. I've noticed in some of the comments, everybody said, oh, Monique, she was right. Yeah, you ain't right. But who said, Monique, you know what, baby girl? You wrong for what you did. You came after this, you brought this man's wife in, and then you attacked him in public. You see the double standard, how it's okay for a woman to attack a man. When the moment a man holds a woman accountable, everybody want to cry, this ain't right. He hates women. He's bashing women. He's misogynist. He's coming against women. We never talk about when women who hate men. And there's a word for that. Someone put the word in that. It's a word for that. Anybody know what the word is where a woman who hates, who dislikes men? So we always talk about misogynist. He's misogynist. He don't like women. See, that's what she was playing on. But we never talk about what the women being who hate men, who have a disdain towards men. Somebody put the mandry. That's exactly what it is. We never talk about that. And this is a prime example of the reverse. When women say that men are going after them, she shouldn't. Thank you. See, look at the word. Let me. You see that word? Look at that. Look how quick that word.
Execute Order 66.
You see how quick that? Oh, wait a minute. But men are what? Misogynists. But we never talk about the flip side when women are what? What's going on, Mr. Fury? What's going on? When women who hate men. And the way Monique was moving around, sisters, you need to pay attention to this. Women, you need to pay attention to this. Be careful that you don't take the seed and allow it to be planted inside of you and you have a disdain towards men that you think is okay to bash a man like that in public. It's not okay to do that. It's not. If it's not right for men to do it, doggone it, it's not right for women to do it. And what happens is you men need to pay attention to when a woman starts talking like that. Because what's going to happen? A lot of men are looking at you women like, nah. You ain't dealing with it. Toxic feminists are real. With that being said, don't get mad at Monique. Don't clown her. Don't even debate about what happened with Monique. Don't do it. The best thing a man can do for a woman who acts like that, and you guys need to take this, and I'm leaving on this one. The best thing you can do, if you want the best thing, the best weapon you can use for a woman who acts like this, you may not want to hear it, but it is the truth. The best thing you're going to do is what? Abort mission, right? Yep. She came across as a bitter person. that the industry left behind and not a good look. I wouldn't work with her if I was in the entertainment industry after that ramp. No. The best thing you can do is, and you need to do this across the board with the archetypes like Monique or any woman or any individual, you need to do this. Do not give them, I'm gonna do the words of Dr. Henry Clark, John Henry Clark. In the words of Dr. John Henry Clark, the great historian of African studies, he said, I debate with my equals and all others I teach. So what you men need to do is do this one simple thing, is that you don't give them your attention. Let me say the words of the Dr. John Henry Clark. I debate with my equals and all others I teach. When situations like this, you will see what's going on, but you do not entertain. You do not give your attention. You do not give your words. You completely ignore women, situations, and problem things like this. And I mean, what I mean by ignoring, that means that you don't acknowledge it, but you don't get into a debate with another woman or men about what took place like this. You don't even do it. What you do is you withdraw your attention, because in your attention, men, is where your power is. Where your attention is your ability to cause life. When your attention, man, you need to catch this, your ability to give your attention, you're like the sun. And when the sun beams his attention to a particular thing, it can burn it or it can bring life. So you need to be careful. Do not give your attention to women, situations, problems. And this goes for women too. Do not entertain people like this. Do not give your attention away. Don't give the most precious thing you can give away. We always talk about this. Jonna brings this up. The most, you may not pay with the money, but don't pay with your attention. Do not pay with your attention. I promise you, you will live a most peaceful life. They'll wonder what's going on. And if you have to do it, leave them on red. Thank you. Let it starve. Oh, man, you hit it right on it. Do not give your attention. Penis envy. Monique is suffering from penis envy. Yeah, she could particularly. That's a very good place, because she wants to be there with Dave Chappelle and all the other ones who are doing like that. But I'm here to tell you. I'm telling you what's going to happen. What they're going to do is, you're not going to give your attention. They're going to withdraw completely and ignore Monique. And watch what's going to happen. Watch what's going to happen. You're going to see in a week, or maybe in this week or next week, you're going to see her coming back out. Well, you know, no one loves me. They don't understand that I'm trying to make money like everybody else. Same thing going to happen. What you got to do is, I don't comment. I don't respond. People try to draw me in. Don't do it. Reserve, you listen to me, men. Reserve your attention, your adoration, your love, your heart to people and to women who appreciate you, who honor who you are. Thank you. That's what you do. Same thing for women. Don't give your attention, your love, and your heart, your emotions to situations, men who don't mean you any good. You just need to turn your back and walk the hell away. You will miss me more than I will miss you. And you will find out that you wasn't really that important in my life like you thought you were. That's what you're going to find out. You will find out that you thought you wasn't that important, baby. That's what D.L. Hughley showed Monique. You thought you was important? No, you're not. I'm telling you, walk away. Turn the phone off. Delete all social media. Don't entertain. Don't Let me say this again, 'cause I'm gonna get to the, I really want to go because I gotta go. And let me get this esoteric side of it. Learn the hard way. Do not entertain in your mind. Don't hold, you listen to what I'm saying to you, everyone. Listen closely, pay attention. Don't even entertain, don't have an argument in your mind with the individual. Some of y'all might have deleted, left on red, but you're still arguing in your mind. Do you understand how connected we are exoterically? Do not even entertain in your thoughts of debating or going back with that individual. I should have said this. I should have said that. She ain't worth it or he ain't worth it. Don't even entertain in your mind. Let that person go. Turn the other way. Don't give your attention even in your thoughts. Because we understand this is spirituality and spirituality and the game come together. We understand that even in our thoughts, we can entertain someone and they say, I was thinking about you. But don't even argue in your mind. Give your attention to something else. And I promise you, they're going to do one or two things. They're going to run away or they're going to come back. Hey, how you doing, big head? What you doing? Where you at? I was just thinking about you. It's because you didn't shut off all the attention from your mental space, physical, and everything else. That's what you do in this situation with Monique. What you have to do is she doesn't even exist anymore. Y'all better catch what I just said, this last part. Don't argue in your mind. I've done it many times, so I'm guilty. Don't argue in your mind with this individual. Don't argue in your mind. Don't debate. Don't look at it. Don't look at their posts. Don't do none of that. Ignore. I promise you'll live a much happier and peaceful life. This is Lawrence D. Adams, and you already know what it is. Like, comment, share. Join us tomorrow. I don't know if I'm going to talk about this tomorrow, but join us tomorrow. Share this video. Oh, and I got a video coming. I did a crazy interview this weekend with Kim Evans. You guys got to see this interview. Let me see if I can get the link. Let me get the link right quick. I did a crazy interview with Kim Evans this weekend. It was good. Boop, boop, boop. It was crazy. It was amazing. Let me see if I can copy it. Let me go here.
Take it away.
All right. Well, let's see. We share. You guys got to see this interview. It was amazing. I want you guys to make sure you go back and leave. I'm about to get out of here. LDA is out here. I'm post this link. Go look at this interview with Kim Evans. It was amazing. Now, but get it before I cut it up because I'm about to send it to the editor. We're about to chop it up. Crazy interview. I'll drop some game you ain't never heard me say even on my channel. But that being said, LDA, you know what it is. The horns on. We out of here. Monique, we love you, baby. We love you, baby. Stop being precious around here because you ain't precious. You like a dirty rock that we gonna just disregard. Jonah, where you at, bro? Woo! Hey. Lawrence D. Adams, when spirituality and the game combines, you got the treatment class. And if you don't get it, it's your own fault. We going somewhere today. Shout out to all the new subscribers here. We are at 5,000. Let's get to 10, 20, 30, 100. Get out of here. Check that link out. Check that interview I did with Kim Evans. Amazing interview. Subscribe to her. Don't forget to get the book by Alfie Kingdom. Me and him going to do a show together. Let me get it right quick. Where's Alfie? There. Make sure you get his book. Click that link and get Alfie Kingdom's book. Support the brotherhood. Support the brothers. Got authors in here. Peace and beard grease. Monique. We out of here.